We're back with an 8-game slate. Let's talk some more baseball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and we're back to talk some more Seam. Hope everyone had a great weekend out there. It was a profitable weekend in the MLB for us, but it was a small profitable weekend. We'll go over that full recap in just a little bit for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Quick reminder, NBA Best Bets video is out now, so be sure to check that out, as we just had a nice 3-0 sweep on Sunday, and then we talked the 2 playoff games on Monday. But any graphics you see, are from the best app out there. It is Outlier. I use this every single day. Click that link below. You get a 7-day free trial. It's in the description. It's one of the best. I always say if you want to be a profitable long-term bettor, you need tools like this, and Outlier's there. So anyways, let's get into this. And I got an MLB fun fact to start your week. So in honor of Eugenio Suarez's 4-home run game on Saturday. That's right. That was insane. There have been more perfect games, 24, than 4 home run games, 19. That's right. What he did was more rare than a perfect game. It was pretty impressive, that's for sure. I believe they lost the game still, even though he hit 4 home runs and 5 RBIs. So a lot of solos in there. But anyways, in this video, we're going to recap that weekend, and then we're going to talk good and bad hitter matchups. Pitcher K matchups are coming back soon. Don't worry, there's not many K guys today anyways, but some of you guys have been asking. We're going to fire that up and give you some good pitcher strikeout matchups every day too. And then, of course, we'll give you that pitcher report for the full 8-game slate, little smaller slate today. And then we'll give you the best bets and wrap it all up with the recap. So hit that like button if you haven't already. Leave a comment below to help this channel continue to grow. And if you're new to the channel, you know what to do. Come join this awesome community. Hit that subscribe button as we're on our way to 40,000 subscribers. All right, let's get it rolling. And that means it's recap time. All right, there it is. Over the weekend, what do? We go 7-5, up 0.58 units. You know what? It's better than losing, but one of these days I would love to just win like 5 units on the weekend. But Friday, Jake Irvin over 15.5 outs, helped by a triple play. Gotta love that. Chris Sale under 17.5 outs. Not sure why they ever hang that line. He is not very good right now. Easy winner. Judge and Pena. I broke Jeremy Pena's 14-game hitting streak. Congratulations to me. And we lose that one. Yamamoto over 6.5 Ks. He was absolutely horrendous versus the Pirates. Came out, couldn't throw strikes, couldn't do anything. 2 RBI props. So we went 1-0, hits Tyler Soderstrom. So we won 0.1 units. I bet the quarter unit on those, but at least we got some profit. But Saturday, Tigers money line. It was a bet on Friday, got postponed. We took it again on Saturday. They clutch up. They sweep the series, actually. And then Mets minus 1.5. Well, the bats weren't as good as I thought, but they still won 2-0. Framber Valdez over 17.5 outs. That was an easy winner. And then we go to Sunday. We're looking good. 2 winning days in a row. Let's make it 3. And then Bubic just doesn't do well. That's it. He over 4.5 Ks. He didn't have his command. I think he ended with 4 Ks. We did lose on the hook. I mean, it was close, and he didn't even have good command. Brewers money line. Bet them because I didn't think they were going to get the sweep. I like their starting pitcher matchup, and they won very easily. Almost went minus 1.5. I wish I did, but Cubs team total over 3.5. I guess Sunday Night Baseball is just a bunch of unders. That's all it is. They were facing Aaron Nola, who struggled in every single start. This is the #1 offense, and they score nothing. Pretty much nothing. I mean, they went to extras and still didn't get the job done. Had 1 run. It is what it is. But either way, weekend record 7-5, up 0.58 units. There's the overall record. Still trying to dig out of a little hole here at the beginning. It could be worse, but it also could be better. But down 3.63 units. You're going to see me start sprinkling a 1-unit play in here and there this week. As we get more and more data, I'm going to get more aggressive at some point as well. But again, this first month of baseball is for me, it's conservative, trying to gather all the data, see where pitchers and hitters are at and all that this year. So anyways, that's what we got for the recap. And now it's time for the hitter matchups. All right, we got 11 good hitter matchups for you. Again, only an 8-game slate. Not a lot of big names here, but Jose Ramirez is one of them. 6 for 19 with a bomb off Bailey Uber driver. And then you go Jeff McNeil, who obviously hasn't played many games, coming back from an injury. 4 for 13 off Trevor Williams. Go down the list. Miguel Andujar, Jesse Winker. How about 7 for 11 with an extra base hit off Trevor Williams? And then over there on the right, Mighty Mouse, Jose Altuve, 3 for 10, all 3 singles versus Jack Flaherty. Conforto, 4 for 10 off Edward Cabrera. Fraley, 3 for 9. Then we end it with Mauricio Dubon, 5 for 9 with an extra base hit. So that's what we got for the good hitter matchups. Now let's take a look at the bad ones, and we got 8 of them for you, including Adolis Garcia, 4 for 24 with 7 Ks off the lefty JP Sears. Soto, 2 for 15 with a couple Ks. And then we got TJ Friedel, who's actually been hitting the ball really well lately. 2 for 14, though, 3 Ks off Palante. Steven Kwan, 0 for 12. Maybe that just means he's due because he hasn't struck out once yet. He's put the ball in play every time. Brandon Nimmo, 1 for 10. Carlos Santana, and then Victor Carantini finishes it out. So That's what we got for the good and bad hitter matchups. Now let's take a look at the pitcher report. All right, here it is, the 8 matchups of the day. If you're new to the channel, all the averages from last year on the bottom, just to kind of give you a rough idea. And then we got K percentage, walks, hits per 9, also expected ERA. Kind of tells you are they getting lucky and all that kind of stuff. But Griffin Canning having a great year. I don't know, the Mets just figured it out. He's got a little bit different how he uses his pitches, and he's pitched well. 3.12 ERA, 3.81 expected ERA, above average K rate, but he's walking a little bit. But he's facing Trevor Williams, coming off 2 good starts of 5 innings, 1-run ball versus Pittsburgh and Baltimore. And then we got Uber Driver versus Gavin Williams. Williams struggling with walks this year. 2 to 4 walks now in 4 straight games. 15 Ks in his 2 home starts, though, and that's 11.1 innings. So he has been well. He has been doing well with the swing and miss stuff at home. Against the Yankees and White Sox for those ones. And then Will Warren versus Sugar. I mean, these two pitchers could both get rocked. Warren has not gone more than 5 innings in a start yet. And Sugano, whatever it is, it's terrible. 8% K rate. That is not a misprint, ladies and gentlemen. He has an 8% K rate. That is only 8% higher than me. Palante, he's just 3 Ks in his last 2 starts and 10.1 innings, not missing many bats as well. Only a 14.3% K rate. 14 hits and 8 earned runs in his last 2 starts, though, versus Atlanta and the Mets. So he struggled against 2 offenses that can be good, obviously. But going up against Nick Martinez, JP Sears pitched well this year, 3.21 ERA, as you see there. But a lot of guys that aren't missing a ton of bats, as you can see. Sears is below average. Patrick Corbin, that's right, it is Patrick Corbin. I guess pigs are flying out there somewhere because he has been decent. 2 or less earned runs in all 3 starts. I don't know what to think of it. But again, you see his expected ERA around 5. He will get blown up here pretty soon. Don't you worry. And then we got Jack Flaherty versus Ronel Blanco. Blanco, 3 or less Ks in 3 of his 5 starts, and he's walked 2 or more guys in 4 of his 5 starts. But he's been a little unlucky. Obviously, you see a 3.5 expected ERA is pretty nice. But going up against Jack Flaherty, one of the few guys that really can strike out some guys with a 30.6% K rate on this slate. Bryce Elder versus Ryan Feltner. If you don't know, Feltner, I think he was scheduled to start Sunday, but he got moved to Monday. He's probably been the Rockies' best starting pitcher. 2 or less earned runs in 4 of the 5 starts, 5 or less hits allowed in 5 of those 6 as well. Again, not another. He's another guy who doesn't miss a lot of bats. As well as Bryce Elder, 13%. I mean, we got some really low K rates here, but some guys who can give up some hits. And then we finish it with Mr. Cabrera, and a huge favorite of the Dodgers. But Cabrera, 8 walks and 14.2 innings so far. He got a late start to the season going up against Carrot Top Sun. He got crushed last start versus the Cubs. 10 hits and 7 earned runs. Where was that on Sunday, Cubs? Thank you. 1 or less earned runs in the other 3 starts, though. So he's had some really good starts. Hasn't missed as many bats as I thought he would, at least to start. But he is limiting runs other than that one terrible start. So that's all my rambling and all the stats for the 8 starting pitcher matchups we have today. And now it's time for the best bets. All right, this first one takes us out to Coors Field, where the Rockies host the Atlanta Braves. Braves moneyline minus 180, Rockies moneyline plus 150, with a huge total of 10.5 runs. If you are sipping your coffee right now, listen to my video. First of all, thank you. And second of all, be careful, you might spit your coffee out. Give me the Rockies' first 5 innings on the money line at plus 135 on Bet365. Half unit play for me here. It's my underdog play of the day. Now, again, I'm doing the first 5 innings money line because I want nothing to do with this horrendous Rockies bullpen. So if they're tied after 5, we still get a push. So let's talk the spot. Braves are flying into Colorado. It always takes time usually to adjust to elevation. Doesn't mean that's the Rockies will win or anything, but Rockies staying at home. Just a better spot here for Colorado. But starting pitcher matchup, Ryan Feltner versus Bryce Elder. Feltner, if you guys don't know, he's been the number 1 starting pitcher for the Rockies this season. I get that's not saying a lot, but a 3.86 ERA, a 4.45 expected ERA, but honestly, his numbers overall are better if you just take out his only bad start where he walked 6 guys and gave up 5 earned runs to maybe one of the best offenses, or maybe the best offense in the league in the LA Dodgers. Outside of that start, giving up 2 or less earned runs in 4 of the 5 starts, and 2 of those were in Coors Field. 2 earned runs to the A's, 1 earned run to the Brewers. So he's proven he can pitch at home here in Coors Field. Bryce Elder, I don't think he's too long for the majors, honestly. I think he's going to get demoted to AAA soon. He's obviously here for injuries. But last season, 6.5 ERA with a 20% K rate. This year, through 4 starts, how about a 5.5 ERA with a 13% K rate? K's down, walks up. Not exactly a great start. He's only had 1 good start. It was versus St. Louis last start. But other than that, he's given up 18 hits, 12 earned runs, and only 10 Ks in the other 3 starts in 15 innings. It just hasn't been pretty. When you watch him play, he's a very hittable starting pitcher. He leaves some pitches over the middle. But let's talk offenses now. We know the Rockies suck. We know that. I'm not going to sit here and tell you the Braves are better or that the Rockies are better or anything. But at home, they've been a little bit better. 12th highest batting average, 257 average, 26 WRC plus. Still not good, obviously. They have not hit with runners in scoring position, but they've proven they can hit. Like I said, hitting 257 at home, 8th best OPS versus righties. Braves on the road versus righties, 21st WRC plus. They're not much better. 7th lowest batting average. That's right. They have a worse batting average on the road than the Rockies do at home, which you kind of expect in Coors Field, but still the Rockies have been hitting okay. 5th highest K rate, also the Braves on the road versus righties. Yes, the Braves are better, but they haven't exactly dominated away from home or dominated in general this season. Coors Field is a different animal. It's a big play on the value here. I mean, we're getting plus 135 for a team to be in the lead after 5 innings with a much better starting pitcher, a better spot in the schedule, and just being at home here. Obviously, the Rockies, the Rockies. I mean, it could be 8-0 Braves after 5 innings and no one would bat an eye, but I really do like Feltner and what I've seen here. So, again, a tie is a push as well. So, let's take a chance. Give me the first 5 innings on the money line for the Rocks as my first best bet. All right, here we go. Who is ready for my first 1-unit play of the season? It's about dang time, I know. But here we go. It's a hit parlay. Aaron Judge and Ellie De La Cruz, 1+ hit each at minus 119 on DraftKings. I really like this hit parlay. Let's talk Aaron Judge. If you don't know, he's pretty decent. He's pretty good at baseball. He's hitting 406 this season. That's crazy. On an 8-game hit streak, this is what's wild. He has 1+ hit in 24 of 28 games this season. That's just silly. 2+ hits actually in 43% of his games. Almost a 50% clip, he's getting multiple hits. I don't know if he knows, but hitting a baseball is supposed to be hard. He hits righties at a 390 clip. 1+ hit in 20 of 22 games versus a righty starter, and now he faces the righty starter, Sugano. Sugar is what I like to call him. He has just been bad when it comes to missing bats. The lowest K rate among qualified starters, 8%. 8. Giving up almost 9 hits per 9 innings. Pretty even splits versus righties and lefties. And then behind him, you got an Orioles bullpen bottom 10. I don't need to say much more. It's Aaron freaking Judge. Give me 1 hit. Ellie De La Cruz. This guy's starting to really heat up. Yes, the last 3 games he played in Coors Field. I do get that. But he's not on a 3-game hit streak. He's on an 11-game hit streak right now. He had 2+ hits in every game there in Coors Field. He's hitting righties and lefties evenly, 260 to 265. So, I mean, it's not like he's got big, massive splits or anything. He's facing Andre Palante. Now, Palante has given up a higher batting average and slugging 2 lefties this season. He also has the 3rd lowest K rate on the card today, 14.3%. So I like him to stay hot as well. Overall, we have a guy on an 8-game hit streak. We have a guy on an 11-game hit streak. Both are facing 2 of the bottom 3 starting pitchers when it comes to missing bats today. They just flat out don't do it. We're going to see some balls in play. Give me Aaron Judge. Give me Ellie De La Cruz. 1+ hit each as my second best bet. All right, this third one takes us out to Texas, where the Rangers host the Athletics. Rangers moneyline minus 110, A's moneyline minus 110, with a total of 9 runs. We got to pick them here, but I got to go with our boy. I just have to, guys. Patrick Corbin under 16.5 outs recorded at minus 115 on DraftKings. This can be a half unit play here. Now, like I said, Patrick Corbin has pitched decently this so far for him, but when he messes up, I just want to be there to catch him. I just do. The Christmas tree is about to get lit up, but even with his decent start, again, it hasn't been a great start, but for him, it's been decent. As you can see by this outlier screenshot, he's still under this outs line in all 3 starts. He has yet to throw more than 85 pitches. One of those 3 starts were against the same, I keep wanting to say Oakland A's, were against the same A's team where he gave up 7 hits and 2 walks. So 9 base runners in the 5 innings, and he was lucky to get out of some jams. Trust me, I had the A's team total over 2.5 in the first 5 in that one. They scored 2, and they should have had much more. And then A's offense versus lefties, 4th highest WRC plus, 4th highest batting average, 11th highest on base percentage, 4th highest OPS. Yes, still a small sample size, but they got some guys who can hit lefties. That's why you're seeing hitter props for them. Like I saw Brent Rooker, minus 330. Jacob Wilson, minus 300. Shea Langoliers, minus 260. Gio Urshela, minus 250. They got some guys with some high hitter odds for a reason. They got some guys who know how to hit lefties. With Corbin not expected to throw more than 85, maybe 90 pitches. Again, he's never thrown more than 85 in the 3 starts yet. And again, he's seeing the same lineup for the second time in this first 4 starts. Advantage for the A's on this one. I got to go with this one. He's yet to go over this line. I got to ride the A's bats. Give me Corbin under 16.5 outs recorded. That's my third and final best bet. Of course, any added plays will be in the pinned comments below on X and on Discord. So before we get out of here, let's check out the recap. All right, there it is. The three best bets so far. The underdog play of the day. Rockies' first 5 innings money line plus 135 for a half unit. And then the first 1 unit play of the year. Finally, it's about time. Aaron Judge and Ellie De La Cruz 1+ hit each. And then Patrick Corbin under 16.5 outs recorded for a fourth straight time. That is a half unit play. Again, the NBA video is out. Be sure to go check it out. But thank you guys for the support every single day. Love this baseball and just sports grind and talking betting with you guys every single day. So hope you guys have a great Monday, and we'll talk to you soon.